takes people a long time to be tired. As humans, sometimes we are tired at a long time.
They get comfortable in what they think is a comfortable zone, but it's not. Some of them are scared of losing the peanuts that we receive. They get too comfortable, This thing called white collar job is a modern day slavery. Oh, she works in admission. There is nothing wrong with it. But what happens when you have unexpected expenditure that is not within the salary scale? What happens if there is a need for a life and death thing that need a huge financial settings? What will happen? Until you're tired of poverty, until you understand that what you think is a comfort zone is actually a cell, a jail. You won't break free. It's a thing of the mind.
The mind is the birthplace of creation. That is where we create everything. Everything happens in the mind.
People underestimate the power of knowledge, reading, research. The internet is powerful. The internet can make you and break you. The internet and the books, information, reading, interviews, watching interviews, trying to extract from people's knowledge.
Your background, you were at least in the middle class.
Yes.
Your dad was a lecturer, earning good money. Did that help your business?
Yes, in a way, because my father gave us a life I would call luxurious life, in the sense that he gave us everything we need academically and financially. That motivated me to know that you can actually get more if you want more and if you put in time.
Somebody who is actually in a business, willing to expand the business.
Expansion can make you and break you. Whatever you're expanding to, is it your cash cow? Are you expanding to a different location? Did you do a research about the location where you're going to? Is there a need for your product or your services? Is there a need for the product and services you're offering in that location where you're expanding to?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise God. Welcome. Good evening to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone and depending on where you are viewing this program too. I'm happy to welcome you to this week's episode of Faith Formation. My name is Pastor Gideon Jude and I'm your host for today. I'm excited for what will happen today. I'm excited for what you will learn. I would advise you sit tight. Don't be distracted. If you need to grab a cup of coffee to sit along with you, ensure you do that. If you do not have something to write with, ensure you get a pen, get a paper, get a book, so that you can take notes. And I'm sure you will not remain the same. It's going to be a powerful session. Ensure you like, you share, and you subscribe. Let somebody join you in this program. It's going to be uplifting. It's going to help you transform your ideas into realities. An idea that remains an idea will never see the light of the day, but an idea that metamorphoses into action is bound to succeed. The outcome might not be the success we would desire, but it's bound to succeed. I'm excited to be in the studio today, and I have someone with me that I'm excited to host as well. I have Mr. Kingsley Sama. You are welcome, sir. We're happy to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you in the studio. So our audience, ensure you like, you share, you subscribe. If you're joining for the first time, you're welcome. You're the reason we are here. If you are also a continuing viewer, we're also happy to have you. Please stay connected as we delve into this conversation. And let's see how prepared are you to move your business or to move your mind to be a business. Make your mind a business. Make yourself the business. And you will sell more than you think you can ever do. And I'm here with you. I'm happy to see you, by the way.
Thank you.
You look very, very çok güzel in Turkish.
Thank you so much.
And how is your daughter, your lovely daughter? Word?
She's fine. She's fine.
I'm sure she's watching now on TV.
Of course.
And she's wondering, is that daddy? Is that...
Yeah.
So what would she do anytime she sees you on TV?
She's so happy, like, oh, that's my daddy. Mommy, daddy is talking.
She's not going to say Ben Baba.
No.
All right. For the audience, we have a story regarding Ben Baba that we have shared together. Maybe you want to start with that story. The Ben Baba story. It's a very funny story you'd want to hear. Maybe you start with Ben Baba. Was it you or your friend?
I think it's my friend. Ben Baba's story. I think it was a story like between a father, like.
Oh yes, this is a very powerful story. Anytime I remember the Ben Baba story, I also want to laugh. So I want him to share, but he's even making it more funny. So he said it's a story between a father and a child.
Yes.
And the hospital. And
Yes.
who else is the party?
I think with the doctors as well.
Okay. So it's a father trying to prove that he's the father of the child. And the father has to argue his way to say that he's the father of the child. Anyway, it's not the focus of today. Today, we are talking about business. We're talking about money. We're talking about idea. We're talking about productivity. We're talking about making money. In a good way, of course. And let the audience get to know you.
Yeah. My name is Kingsley Sama. It's an honor to be here in the studio this evening. I'm married. I have a lovely daughter and the most beautiful wife, the most beautiful woman, which is my wife. And at the moment, I'm into business. I'm also a student. I'm doing my PhD at the moment in business management.
Great. We're happy to have you once again in the studio. Today, our topic is starting a business. You're a businessman. Maybe give us a profile of your business, and then we delve in from there.
Okay. Before I go into the profile of my business, I know a lot of people are like asking what should they be talking about business all about, because a lot of people out there aspire to become great businessmen and women one day in the future. So, but most of them don't know the roadmap to navigate to the success. For me, I'm into a traveling business, a traveling agency. It's focused on helping prospective students who want to further their studies abroad. We help them, we get their admission, we get their visas, we get them accommodation, and we see that they reach their destination safely.
Are you only doing for students? You don't do for business people who want to travel abroad?
Before I went into it, there was a drive. I saw that most people wanted to further their studies abroad. So I was specific, mostly on students. So for business people, that one is just like once. But my main focus is for students or people who want to further their studies abroad.
Was there any encounter you had that pushed you into this business? Was there something that prompted this? How did you come about this business idea?
Yeah, literally I'm from Cameroon, and most youths there want to further their studies abroad. You know, everything starts from the mind. So I bet it forth from the mind. I said, okay, this is a product. I need to sell it to these people. But how can I sell it to them? Now, I said, okay, I cannot open a school that will look like abroad, but I can do something that would take them to where they desire. That was the drive that made me to say, okay, let me start a traveling agency. That when someone comes and say, okay, I want to further my studies, we ask the person, okay, in which field? At times we like give them some counseling and we tell them the opportunities that you have after your studies. Because at times most of them come with like, oh, my parents said this, but literally that's not what they are good in. So we try to counsel them and we try to give them the best. At times we look at their course. Like, okay, your father is like this, your parents can support you to this extent, so this one is good for you, this one is good for you.
Now talking about student agency, I know many people have grudges regarding student agents. Many people said, he told me I'm coming to Europe. I mean, they are talking about the agents now. He told me I'm coming to Europe. I didn't know that this is where he dropped me. For many people said, if you ask people, everybody has a story. I met someone in my first year in Cyprus. His agent told him that the initial deposit he was to pay to the university is going to cover his dormitory and is going to cover his fee for 1 year. Imagine this guy said to me, his parents had to sell properties and make sure they meet up with that. So immediately he came and all of that was not the case. He began to cry. I actually met him crying. That was our first meeting point, that he was crying. And this person is very intelligent. He got a very high mark in the English proficiency exam. And here he is weeping that an agent said something. I want you to clean your clothes now in front of the people to separate yourself from these people. Or if you are together with them and you tell them you are taking them to Europe, but they end up in a place that is not what they expect. How do you, clean yourself, defend yourself?
Actually, the agency does not like specialize to bring people just in Cyprus. We have other countries. But before we tell somebody like this is about Cyprus, we make sure we tell you to the least. We make sure you are the one taking that decision. We don't tell you that, no, you must take this decision. I think we've not had situations whereby people come around and said, okay, you told me it was like this, of which it was like that. But other agencies, they do that, but we've not experienced that because most of the people we work with, most of them are in Cyprus. So there is no need for you to tell somebody what is not real. Most especially here in Cyprus. We tell them this is how it is, this is how the expenditures are, this is the working conditions, this is your tuition fees, and you decide for yourself.
Right, okay, we have our audience also watching from different countries of the world, and I think this bit of information is relevant to them. But now let's move, and the name of your agency is?
Bunking Traveling Agency.
Booking?
Yes.
Bunking?
Bunking.
Bunking. What is the name? The bunking is sounding powerful.
Literally, it doesn't really have a meaning, like a specific meaning. It was just a name I got, and I just said, okay, this is it.
This is it. Okay, let's start. We're trying to build a house, and this house is business. At what stage? What is the foundation for you? Share your experiences also that will help our viewers.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to be a successful businessman or woman, but there are things more than that. The first thing you need to do is to have an idea, and that comes from your mind. Okay, I want to do a business. Okay, you come up with the idea, and this idea must meet the needs and wants of your target customers or consumers. The first thing should be the idea. The second thing where most people fail is the business plan. Most of the businesses nowadays, they don't have any business plan. The business plan is the roadmap to every successful business.
Number one, I need to have an idea.
Yes.
Okay. Do I need to have my own fresh idea? Can I copy what somebody is doing? Let's deal with this idea, and then we go to what you refer to as a roadmap.
Yes.
This idea, do I have to cook the idea by myself?
No, there are times you cook it by yourself. There are times because you need to copy from others. But what special or what difference are you putting in your own business that will make you outstanding? Because in business there are a lot of competitors. If you are not careful, they will thump you out. Let me share an example with you. Nokia was the first company to produce phones.
Okay.
But when competitors came into the business, Nokia was knocked out. Because Nokia said, I remember one interview with the CEO, he said, we didn't change our product, we didn't change anything, but we were knocked out of the market. Reasons being that they didn't do enough research. Make sure you produce what the consumers want, not what you think is good for you. There is something in marketing called marketing myopia. It is a situation whereby a company focuses on its product.
Not the audience, not the market.
Yes. So
I focus on my logo.
Yes.
I focus on my design.
Yes.
I focus on my office.
Yes.
Oh, I have a beautiful office.
Yes.
I put AC everywhere.
Yes.
I just focus on creating my brand.
Yeah.
But I'm not focusing on the target audience.
Yes. If you see iPhone, Apple, before they create any phone, they make sure they do a lot of research. What do the people want? Now, there are high level of technology. These people want this, these people want this. That's why you see iPhone sells a lot, because of their futures are good. So, for you to be outstanding in marketing or in business, you must know the need and want of the consumers, or the need and wants of the targeted consumers.
And we're talking about idea from God. Just on Sunday, Pastor Cheme had a teaching on idea, and I would recommend that to all of our viewers. If you have not seen that service, please just go to the YouTube channel, the same YouTube channel where you are watching this after the show, after this program. Just go to the YouTube channel and scout and search for the service. I think the title is Idea from God. Our media team would display that for us. So idea.
Yes.
An idea can come in different ways.
Yes.
I've heard people say I've had idea in a dream. Some people, as they are walking, it could be an idea a friend shared. It could be, ideas can come in different means. Is there something I need to do to get an idea?
Literally, for you to get an idea, you must be prepared.
In what sense?
You must be prepared, okay, I want to do this. Okay, last week, Dr. Shishilam was here.
Yes.
She said, Daddy, Apostle Samson prophesied. Daddy gave her an idea, and she ran with that idea. She said, within the first year, she was able to get enough return that bought her a land. That is being back in the scripture. In Genesis 26 verse 12, he said, Isaac sowed in that land, and in that same year, he reaped 100-fold because God blessed him. That is an additional advantage we have as Christians, because God gives us the idea, and when we put it, He blesses us.
All right. Idea and thinking. I want to also bring idea from the point of thinking, because for me, I think sometimes the idea would come by deciding to meditate, deciding to think. Do you think we really think? Do you think we really think as we should? Because ideas, I think, are usually products of thoughts. Apart from like the example you share for Dr. Sheila, who was here last week, prophetic word can come. A friend can pitch an idea with you. Society can pitch an idea. But how about the place of thinking?
I think everybody thinks. Everybody. I think on a daily basis, somebody can think more than 100 ideas just to start up a business.
Right.
Or somebody can think 100 ideas, like 100 different businesses.
Yes.
Now, what set as the base is those ideas that you are thinking, would they meet the need and want of the people? Because it's needless to think about things that could not meet the need and want of the targeted market.
Right.
So for you to think is good, but when you are thinking, be rest assured that it meets the need and want because of people. Because without that, you can never be a successful businessman or woman.
I'm sure our audience have heard that. You need to think. Think in light of what will be helpful to people. You need to build up an idea. Every business starts with an idea.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, every creation, everything we can see today starts as an idea.
Yes.
Whatever it is, start an idea. You don't have to have a fresh idea. You can start with an existing idea, but you have to build an idea. Somebody is saying, I don't have a business idea. What will you tell that person?
I think everybody has a business idea. I think so. If you say you don't have a business idea, that means you're not thinking, or you're not smart
The person is
enough.
not thinking.
Yes, or you are not smart enough to know what is lacking, that I can create a product for that.
Mm-hmm.
And because most people, they like to copy from, like it's good to copy, but most people like to just hear, okay, this person is doing this and it's good, let me just start it. No. When the idea comes, you sit down, you have your marketing plan. When you have your marketing plan, from there, you can know how to enter the market.
Okay, I'm going to come to marketing plan. I want to talk about trusting the idea. Many people in this audience have brilliant ideas. Like you said, idea might not necessarily be the problem.
Yes.
How can one trust his own idea? Because I think this is another point. We have brilliant ideas, but somehow we doubt our ideas. We even give ourselves reasons why the idea would not work. How did you get to trust your idea? Let's come to you now. When the idea of starting this thing came, I'm sure it's not the first business idea that would come to your mind.
Yes.
What made you trust this idea?
What made me trust this idea was the research I did. When the idea came, I had to do some researches, like, do people really want to travel? Do people really have fun to finance their educations abroad? Do people really want to be educated?
Yes.
So with all these findings, all these researches I made, I now knew it's good, because the researches, they helped me and they gave me a positive feedback. So for somebody who has a lot of ideas, who thinks a lot, after your thinking, make sure you have a research. No matter how small your business might look like, you must need to do a bit of research to see, okay, will this thing, will people accept it? Will this thing add value to people?
In your instance, you've spoken about, you've hinted business plan. I think you just want us to reach business plan. What is a business plan? Now I have an idea. I've done the research.
Yes.
I trust my idea.
Yeah.
For you, the next step is have a plan.
Yes.
What is a business plan?
A business plan is the roadmap to your business. Is what brings you back on course if you go wayward towards your business. A business plan is made up of 5 major things: the executive summary, yes, the business overview, yes, the sales and marketing strategy, operation and management, and the last one, financial plan.
In practical terms.
Yes, in practical terms.
What do these things mean?
These things, all of them guide you to know that in every business, the call is not finance. The call is to get these 5 steps have expansion that you must fulfill. You see, financial plan is the last, but most people now, they think my starting point should be finance. But in a business plan, finance is the last. Reasons being that if you handpick now, let me say randomly, if you handpick 20 people, you give them $5,000 each. That okay, go and start a business. After 1 year, I'm not sure, up to 20% will come back with a positive feedback. Why? Because most of them, they don't have the business plan. Most of them think it is when money comes before he start a business. No.
So
now
you start a business before money comes.
Yes, you start a business before money comes.
But what if my business needs me to rent a place? I need to buy some stuff for my business.
When I say you start a business before money comes, what I mean is this: you need to know what you want to do. You need to know how you want it to go. You need to know how the market operates in that area. Now, after knowing all those things, now, okay, how much do I need to start? So, last week, Dr. Sheila was here. She said if she's putting her 40,000 naira, she knows that she can never lose it. You know, that is because she has done a lot of research. She has gone through her business plan and said, okay, now it's time to invest. She didn't say, okay, I will do everything. She knew she had 40,000 naira, but she needed to go through the business plan.
In other words, for our viewers, the business starts before the money comes.
Yes.
You start your business in your room, or let's say in your mind first.
Yes.
And you start building up as this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. That's where the business starts.
Yes.
Then the part of where the money comes is, of course, to help me implement.
Yes.
But the business starts up here first.
Yes.
That's powerful. Because one would think that until the money comes, let me start a business. People wait, now I have $1 million. Let me go and find a business to do.
Yeah, I think that's where most people fail.
Because preparation must meet with opportunity.
Yes. No, there is something in financial management called project appraiser or investment appraiser. It is a situation whereby you get about 5 different options, and you call a financial analyst to come and go through them, accept or you reject the project. So the financial analyst comes, he checks and said, okay, this project look profitable, accepted. Now,
You mentioned 5 things.
Yes.
I don't want us to go over this. The first one, you said executive summary.
Yes.
What does that mean in
That-
practical sense?
yes, it means that is it. It embodies everything that your business is all about. This executive summary embodies all the other 4 points.
It's a summary that is an executive.
Yes, it is the summary of everything in your business plan.
So it should include what do I want to sell?
Yes.
Or the service I want to provide?
Yes.
Who do I want to sell it to?
Yes.
How much do I want to sell it to? Will people buy?
Yes.
What are the problems that will come in?
Yes.
If I start this business? What advantage do I have? What opportunities do I have? The second point was?
Yeah, the executive summary, it's what attracts investors to invest in your business. If you want a shareholder, I'm talking like in a broader sense, because when somebody enters, like, okay, I want to partner with you, please could you show me your business plan? Or when you get to a bank to get a loan, the first thing, if your executive summary is poor, if once it's poor, they can never grant you a loan. That's why finance is the last. Because if you start by asking finance,
without the executive
summary, it won't work.
This is very powerful. Because if you are going to financial institution, and truly sometimes we will meet people come to you and say, can you invest in this business? You want to ask questions, right? Yes. And the business might be a good idea.
Yes.
But you also want to know that this person have done their homework.
Yes.
Somebody who is waiting for finance, I think you should calm down with finance and try to do your homework first.
Yes.
So that if anybody asks you, a story was told of somebody who, a man of God, or somebody who could give him some money, trying to help somebody. They asked this person, please think of what you can do and come back to me, get back to me, let me know what you can do, what you can do. The person took 7 days and he still say, I'm thinking. Would you invest in this kind of an individual?
Of course, that's a sign of failure. If somebody takes 7 days,
he shouldn't even take a day, right?
Sure.
At that moment, this is the plan I have.
Yes.
This is what I want to do. This is what I want to, and everything. This is how much I would need to start this business. But he said, give me 7 days. After 7 days, he's still thinking. He's still not sure.
That's a sign of failure. Don't invest. If you want to ask me, okay, what's your opinion about it, I'll say don't invest in that business, because the person is not serious, and that business can never be a serious business. Because
the person is not serious.
Yes.
Wonderful. the person is not serious, the business can never be serious.
Yes.
And that's true. The person is not serious, because the business carry our personality too.
Yes.
It carries our zeal and our commitment.
Yes.
This is very, very powerful. And let's hear from the audience. Somebody said, you mentioned research. What exactly do you research on, and how do you carry out this research?
Yes. What exactly do you research on is what exactly do you want to offer to the population? What do you want to offer to the population will determine your research. Somebody going into restaurant business will not do the same research with somebody going into a car business. Those are two different businesses, but research must be done. So your research should base on what you want to produce or what you want to offer.
So if I'm doing a restaurant business, I want to look at this target area. These people who are here, do they like to eat at home, or they like to eat? Is it a business environment? People don't have time to go home.
Yeah.
Then I want to start my restaurant business. If it's a car dealership, I want to look at the places people are going to, the location.
Yeah.
Are they students? Can they afford to buy a car?
Yeah.
Or, so that's a powerful one. Your research would depend on the business idea that you are projecting to society.
Yes.
Let's run to the second one.
The second one,
after executive
the business overview.
Business overview.
Yes. You want to get into let me say, a restaurant. You need to tell them the type of food. You need to tell them, okay, I will have takeaway. You can eat here. Those, like, tell them what the business is all about. Convince them, like, have a clear notion, because without that, it means you don't know what you are doing. That is where you write down what you are doing.
Right.
Yes, the business overview. My business is this. I'm doing this.
To the specifics.
Yes,
Very
be
specific. After the overview, what next? Sales.
You have sales and marketing strategies.
How do I want to sell?
How do you want to sell?
Market?
How do you want to compete with your competitors? How, like, your pricing? Like now in Cyprus, when you get into a supermarket, you mostly check the price tag. Oh, this price wasn't like this yesterday.
Yes.
This price wasn't like. So all those things, they help you in your sales and your marketing strategies. Okay, because this person is selling like this, I need to sell like this. Because this quality is like this, I need to step up like this. Those ones fall under the sales and marketing strategy.
How do I want to advertise?
Yes.
Do I need Facebook ad?
Yes.
Is it word of mouth? Please tell your father and your mother that I'm selling this.
Yes.
Or do I need to go on social media?
Yeah.
The next stage
is operation and management. How do you want to operate your business? Is it how many employees do you need? How do you want to manage your business?
How many employees do I need?
Yes.
Management and operations.
Yes, management and operation.
I wouldn't have a business that I've not started selling anything. I've already employed 2 people. It doesn't make sense, right?
Yes.
And I carry tag CEO and I say, here is my secretary. But you have not sold a dime.
Yes.
If you've not sold a single product, but you already have you gave yourself title CEO.
Yeah.
You have a secretary, you have assistant secretary. He's about to fail.
Yeah.
All right, the last one, and then we move to
The
something.
last one is your financial plan.
Financial plan.
Yes, your financial plan. Me, I'm working on a business plan now.
For a different business.
For a different business. And this business came through prophecy.
Prophecy.
Yes. Daddy came here the first time. He prophesied about that business. He came again the last time. He still said the same thing. Then he went back.
I mean, directly, privately to you?
Yes, privately. Yeah. I went to meet him one-on-one, and the word came. I went with my family.
It's not a coincidence. So somebody will be thinking we are bringing people that they have direct prophecy. I've not asked you this question.
Yes.
I only had the Toshila's one when she was on the show. I'm only hearing yours for the first time.
Yes.
Too.
And again, when Daddy went back, after some few months, I went to meet Pastor Acheme. The same prophecy came again. Now, this is a multi-million business. That's why I'm taking time, because I don't want to fail. But I know I cannot fail because I'm blessed by God. That is the advantage we have. So in your financial plan, there will be at a point where you need borrowings. Borrowing from a bank to start up a business is something for most people that sit of accounting. They know that that's one liability, borrowing. They need shares. You can say, okay, my business is like this. We need more shareholders. Then your owner's equity, your own personal money that you want to invest into the business. So no business is so more to have a business, a financial plan. Even if it is a $1 business, it needs a financial plan.
Right. Let me clarify borrowing also. Let somebody not go and borrow. Say, let me eat well. If I don't eat well, how will I do the business? Right? The borrowing is not for you. The borrowing is for the business. Right? The borrowing is to increase your productivity.
Yes.
And you don't go and borrow where you know the money cannot. For example, I'm just starting a business. I don't want to open branches. I can't think for my first time I'm opening a business. I'm thinking, let me have a branch in this place, in that place. The first is just to start with little.
Yeah.
My borrowing will even be little. And the reason for borrowing is for the reason of leveraging. You are leveraging on other people's resource also.
Yeah. A business is an independent entity. So don't take borrowing to invest in a business for leisure, because the business is an independent entity.
If your personal life.
Yes, from your personal life.
And your personal spending.
Yes, it is an independent entity.
It must be separated.
It must be separated.
So sometimes we borrow in the name of business.
Yes.
We transfer it to our personal life.
Yeah, that's where most people fail. Because someone can have plans of building a house and say, okay, because I have plans of building a house, I need a loan. And now this person writes down a business plan, takes it to the bank. The bank thinks that person wants to start up a business. The person gets the money and goes and builds his house, and that person can't repay back that money. Now, it won't be like you took money to go and build a house. You took money for business. Now, you see, but you can't pay it. And where is the business? You can't find it. Some people, when they apply for loan and it's been granted, that's time to enjoy, like have leisure.
They call their friends for party.
You call your friends and no.
Right.
Business is an independent entity on its own. It's totally different from your leisure or from your personal savings.
I want this to sink in the heart of someone. Business is an independent entity. Don't compromise your business with yourself. Don't compromise your business. Don't borrow in the name of the business and then pour it in your personal life. If you borrow for business, you end up buying a car. You say the car helps the company. When they see me inside this car, they will buy my product. It's a different entity.
Yeah.
And should be treated as different. I think this will help us to be able to be disciplined when we understand that business is a different entity than our own leisure.
Yes.
Starting a business is the subject. And we've gone through several things, practical, but I want you to put all of these things that you have shared into your practical experiences. We want to hear your story. How did you start your business? Apart from seeing the need, okay, you answered that you saw the need. How has the business been moving? What mistakes have you made? That a mistake happened, does that mean it's the end of the business? So we want to hear in practical terms your experience.
There is something in a business called the SWOT analysis. Yeah. The strength, the weakness, the opportunities, and the threat. Yeah. So we've encountered, in my own agency, we've encountered a lot of weaknesses. But those weaknesses are there for you to right the wrongs of the past. Because now there are a lot of competitors in that sector. So when those weaknesses come, you turn it to opportunities. Because when you right those weaknesses, your competitors can still be facing those weaknesses. But now you've right it, you outstand your competitors and you provide the best service. Like for my agency. Yeah. Yes. So when we do face like challenges.
Tell us one or two. Students refuse to pay.
Let me share one. This student came Now the student said, okay, I want to further my studies abroad. He said, okay. We gave the student the brochure and everything. Now it came to the point of paying flight. The student said, no, I can't pay a round trip, no matter what you tell me.
He has paid tuition fee.
He has paid tuition fees.
But he can't pay flight ticket.
He can't pay round trip.
Oh, he wants to pay single.
Yes. That there is no need, because I'm going for studies. I will not pay round trip. He said, no, these are the rules. The student said, no, in other countries, these are not the rules. Now, it got to a point that he said, okay, if you pay a single way,
Yes.
one way, you will not be granted entry.
Yeah.
The student said, okay, I don't mind. The student paid one way, came and was deported. Now, the family came and said, we didn't educate them on that. We never. He said, no, you were here. We were telling you.
Did you give him an undertaking to sign? This is where we actually come into the picture.
Yes.
From the love perspective,
yes,
so that you cover yourself from
from that scenario, we now understood that we need an undertaking in situations like this.
Yeah, you need an undertaking.
We need an undertaking, because you cannot say, okay, I did this. You must have a proof. You must have a proof. So it got to an extent whereby they had to contact the university, and the university said, that is the rule. That is the rule. Also, we've gotten a situation whereby a sub-agent came, had to take much money without us knowing.
Your sub-agent?
Yes.
Took money from the student directly,
yes,
without your knowledge.
Without our knowledge.
There's no agreement between you and the sub-agent. So let me add to the business people. You need legal advice before you enter a business.
Yes.
You see how you've lost money.
Yes. No, this sub-agent collected the money. When the student arrived, the student had to say, okay, I paid this, I paid this, I paid this. But I don't understand. He said, please, could you repeat what you said? So it got to a point, he said, okay, this sub-agent, we are not responsible for the money you took, but you need to refund it back. Because it is against our rules for you to get extra money without our knowledge. Because if we want to get extra money, it shouldn't be from that perspective. Because at times, someone can say, okay, we want you to do everything, and we need you to pay the fees, pay the flight, because we don't trust the process. Yeah. They say, okay, go and block this amount of money in the bank. But because we are using our own personal money, we need to charge you a bit higher. Right. Because we are taking all the risks, and we trust our process, but you don't trust the process. So those are that is the only situation that we can charge you a bit higher. Right. So in any situation whereby a sub-agent charges higher, we always ask for a refund. I'm online. I think if somebody that has passed through my agency, Bunking,
tell them the name,
yes,
in case somebody wants to write in the chat.
Yes,
Bunking Travel Agency,
and has faced any difficulties in terms of finance, please reach us, because maybe we don't even know.
Right.
We don't
Exactly. And I also want to give it in the other way of the coin. If somebody has traveled with Bunking Travel Agency and the service was top notch, please give them a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, let's see how things move. One question from the audience I see is, how were you able to answer these research questions? Did you create a Google form or something in your research process for the business to come up?
Like what I did, I had research like questions printed out. I had a target population. I went to the universities. I had a team as well.
On salary too,
Yes,
but you've not started business.
yes.
Where were you paying them from?
Researches are very expensive.
Oh, you hired a team to
Yes.
conduct the research.
Yes,
Okay.
because without those necessary feedbacks, you can get into failure in business. Researches are very expensive, so they had to go to the universities and high schools and like try to share out the questionnaires for people to tick. Oh, do you like to study abroad? Have you ever dreamed of that? Questions like that. So from that feedback, we knew that, okay, this is a good area for business.
So that's your survey. You've spoken about weaknesses and some of the threats that have come in your pathway. What are some of the strengths? What are some of these successes that you've recorded?
Some of the strength, we don't charge much. Like,
That's your marketing
yes,
strategy.
no,
I think after
no.
the show, I will charge you for marketing.
No, like it might sound like a strategy, but it's a strength. It's a strength in what sense? A strength like, okay, because we don't charge much, most people come to us. That is a strength. Because there are many competitors in this. So at times, we try to find out, okay, how did they treat you this way? Most often, when you come to our agency, we try to ask you, have you been somewhere else? Did they treat you nicely? Just to get a clue. From there, we know how to treat you.
Right. And what are some of the biggest successes you've recorded in your business too?
Yeah,
Successes.
So far, we've been able to help almost 500 people
Wonderful.
to study abroad. Not just in Northern Cyprus. Not just in Cyprus.
And what year did you start this business?
We started it in at the neck of the COVID. We started it in 2020. Like, as the COVID just started, it was the same time the company started.
From the year 2020, we're in 2023 now.
Yes.
We just started 2023.
Yes.
You sent 500 persons.
500 persons.
From different countries.
From different
to
countries.
different countries.
Yes.
That's a whooping amount of people.
Yes.
I mean, if you're collecting, and I know I have a little sense of how much commission you guys collect, so I'm just multiplying it over in my head. You know, so if you send 500 people collectively with a team, of course I know you work with sub-agents.
Yes.
They too need to be paid. There are some other expenses I'm aware of as well. But net, it's a big profit there.
Yeah. Net
profit.
is a big profit. But literally, we don't work only in Cameroon.
Different countries.
We work in Congo, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe, different countries, Zambia. We work in different countries. So that's why we are able to get that huge number. And the returns are good, are really good.
How are you able to keep employees? How many employees do you have within your scope now?
So
Some of them I know temporal. Do you have permanent employees?
yes,
Do
we
you have how many?
so far we have 10.
on salary?
Yes,
Every month.
Every month.
Every month.
But
Temporal.
but not only in Cameroon,
In different
in
countries.
different
Mhm.
countries.
And for like sub agents are not on salary. They
No,
are
no.
contractual.
Yes.
Based on contract.
Yes.
How many roughly do you work with? It's
Like-
quite a number.
Yeah. I can't really give a specific number, but I can say it ranges from 10 to about 20 or 30.
Definitely.
Because there are some sub-agents that just gives you like just one student.
yeah.
So
you don't see them till another year.
yes,
again.
I don't see them to another year. So if he don't say these are not sub-agents, he still say no, these are our sub-agents.
All right. Okay. How do you keep? Because I also know this this area of business. How do you keep sub agents being faithful?
Yeah.
Because I understand very well. The moment one person send 5 persons, the person just think, "What the hell? Why am I sending this to this person?" They will just leave you alone. How are you able to keep these people?
Most often we don't use our personal money to pay sub-agents.
Okay.
We tell them, okay, when we get our pay from the school, we pay you. So at times there are some delays, but
How do you even manage that too? Because
But-
how do you want to explain to the sub
Yes.
agent that you have not been paid?
yes. But when a sub-agent gets that, the sub-agent becomes mad. You told me it's like this, but now you are telling me it's like this. And literally, most often, it's not from our own part.
Yeah.
But because we have a contract with the sub-agent,
You have to abide by contract.
yes, the way the sub-agent talks to us, we cannot talk like that to the school.
Exactly.
Yes. So most often we try our best to see that if the school is paying us like in segments or like in installments, we try to pay our sub-agents first. Because without
You
them,
pay your sub agent first.
yes,
You pay yourself last.
Yes.
I've listened to this principle, and this might be important to our viewers also. This is key. You pay yourself last.
yes,
And actually, this is happening in almost every business. When you receive the money, you take care of your bill, you take care of your employees, you take care of this, you take care of that. All the service industries are supplying service to you, and then you receive last. Powerful principle, actually.
Yeah.
I came across that principle somewhere, maybe in the book or somewhere. So it's good to hear you say that again. You pay yourself last. I think that helps the confidence between you
yes,
and the people that you're working with.
yes.
How do you, okay, I think this, for somebody who might not be working with sub-agents, your business has no relation whatsoever with sub-agents. You need a team at some point. You need this team to be able to trust you. You need this team to be able to build confidence in you. They are the one doing the marketing for you. They are the one that will sell out this idea for you, but they have to be able to trust. Apart from paying yourself last, what else do you do to keep people trusting your brand, your business?
What another thing I do is I try to be truthful. I try to be truthful. I try to be supportive. Like, okay, you want to do your resident permit? I try to help you. I try to make you feel happy.
For you, what is apart from money, what is what makes you happy going back home? Apart from, I've profited today, I've made profit from this transaction. What else makes you happy?
I think the most important thing that makes me happy, it's my family and it's God. Because money can fail, money fails, but happiness is something that we cannot buy, we cannot sell. It's something that you create it. You can create your happiness.
Right.
In a sad situation, but you say, no, I want to be happy. That's you creating a happy atmosphere for you. And happiness is a medication as well.
It is.
Yes.
Happiness is a medication. Hashtag. Happiness is a medication. For which ailment?
For everything.
For typhoid, for malaria,
everything.
for sadness,
For everything.
and for everything. Be happy. Even Ecclesiastes say, be happy and rejoice for your labor. I came across a powerful scripture this week, maybe two or so. One of them, I think three of them or two of them are in Ecclesiastes. One of it says that small labor, wearied the lazy man. That is, the lazy man is exhausted by small work. Small work exhausts the lazy man. When I come across this kind of scripture like that, quickly you want to go into self-reflection. I can't be tired of it from small labor. How is your work schedule like on a normal day?
Yeah.
You are also a student, you are a husband, you have a child, you are a father.
Normally, for me, it's not. I feel joy. At times, I sleep very late. I get up very early. But I have a family. I have a business. I'm a student. I need to study. I need to write articles. I need to, read. But all these things, I put God first. In everything I do, I put God first. So God gives me the strength. God gives me the ability to go through these things on daily basis. Right. And it's very easy for me. It's very easy.
Because God is at the center, trying to wrap up this conversation, trying to bring everything to a close. I just want to see what we have from our audience. Someone says, okay, I think we've answered the question. Isaac was saying that hiring a lawyer at the start of a business would put an enormous weight on finance. Is there any other way to access legal advice? Okay.
Yeah.
Say something about that.
Yes, it will depend on the business. If you want to go into real estate business, the first thing you need a lawyer. You need a lawyer. If you want to do traveling agency, you don't need a lawyer at the start. Yeah. If you want to do
you need him when you start hitting big.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
So it's also costful, but at times it's necessary. It's necessary. So it all depends on what you are doing. You don't need a lawyer to start a restaurant. Why? It's not in how firm you are creating.
You might need if the restaurant is big. Anyway, apart from that, I think sometimes you can just make use of some of the law students around of you too.
Sure.
They know something. I'm telling you, they know something. Look for the ones that don't sleep in class. I'm sure they can be able to tell you. If you want to register this company, please let them know. By the way, we have people also around who can give you legal advice. I don't know if they will charge, but just maybe if you need a legal advice. I can see some people in the studio trying to give you legal advice. I hope the advice they will give you will not put you under a legal situation. Okay. God bless you and thank you for staying with us. It has indeed been a powerful discussion. It has been a very powerful one. And we are bringing all of this to ensure that your finances change level. God means that you have your finances intact. God wants me and you to enjoy financial freedom. It's our heritage. It's our heritage. I will also ask you this question I asked Dr. Sheila last week. Is business for everyone?
Yes, it's for everyone.
If I can't talk, I don't like meeting people.
Business is for everyone. Business is buying and selling of goods and services. If you cannot produce goods,
Sell it.
you should produce services.
Either you're selling a product
Or
you're providing a service.
Yes.
Okay, the same thing we mentioned last week. You're either selling a product or a service. It's a wonderful conversation. You are hearing from PhD, business management. Okay, we are bringing you the best to ensure that you have the best, and we'll be coming your way with something spectacular also next week. And for this time, we have to bring the discussion to a close. But maybe there's one or two things you want to say before we close this session.
Yes, I would just like to encourage someone who wants to get into a business that you shouldn't feel it won't work. Everything works at a force.
At a force.
Yes.
Persistence.
Yes, persistent. You should be prudent.
At what time did you start making profit? Was it the first time you launched out?
No.
Okay, were you learning this trade under someone before you branch out for
Yes.
yourself?
Yes.
Okay, that's important. That's important. So you were learning the ropes, you were learning under someone
Yes.
before you venture out to stand on your own. So
Yes.
you ventured out officially in 2020.
Yes.
Okay, and from 2023, and from 2020 to 2023, you've sent 500 plus
Yes.
outside.
Yes.
So, I mean, now it explains the wings. Now you got your wings because you've worked under someone. Apprenticeship is also a necessity. It's also a skill. If you don't have a business idea, it's good to go and learn under somebody who has the idea also, so that you can be trained and so that you can learn the ropes, so that when you start your own, you'll be able to fly on wings. Any more word from you before we close?
Yes, I think us like Christians, especially in this ministry, we have additional advantage because each time we are in God's presence, each time the pastor saying God is giving an idea to someone, you might be that person. You just need to be you just need to be positioned to receive
An open heart.
with an open heart.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to bring this conversation to a close. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley Sama, and our love to your family for letting you be here, and your daughter would be happy to see you. Also, maybe you have a word for her and your wife.
Yes, I just want to say I love you. I love you so much, my darling wife. And I love you so much, my pretty daughter. God bless you.
Amen. Hallelujah. You're very, very blessed. You're dearly blessed. And we thank you for being here with us and sharing from your experiences and sharing some of the pitfalls and dangers you've encountered in your line of business. And thank you for sharing. It was indeed powerful. For our audience, if you have not gone home with anything, just know that business is for everybody and that you can actually do something. You are either providing a service or you are selling a product. Find and research which one you can do better. And he mentioned persistence. Business comes out with a force, like a birthing, and we're sure that you're birthing out something new. In the name of Jesus, God is concerned about your finances, and so are we also. Be blessed in the name of Jesus, and be reminded of the weekly activities we have. Tomorrow being Friday, across our branches, we are meeting for a powerful program called Spiritual Formation. If you are not where our branches branch are located or branches are located, please ensure you join us online at 6 p.m. Cyprus time. And that time zone will be given to you by the media at different locations that you are. On Saturday, we have what we call home church. It's a cell meeting to help you share on a more personal level and learn as God will be teaching you also. On Sunday, we have services across our locations that will impact and bless you. If you're unable to join the service physically, please ensure you are connected to this YouTube page, CCE Ministries, and you'll be blessed also. The service starts 11 a.m. Cyprus time. Across our branches, we have services starting at different times. We have in Canada also services starting at the time that the media will be displaying to you. And we have services starting in Lefkosia in Cyprus. We have service starting in Famagusta at different times, Chaltakoi, Ozankoi, all at different times, just to ensure that you are totally equipped. Thank you for staying with us. This is CCE Studios. I'm your host. My name is Pastor Gideon Jude. Totally equipping you as a man. That is our mantra. That is what we stand for. And we know that is happening in your life in the name of Jesus. Be blessed and have a wonderful evening from the studio. Our love to your houses. God bless you and have a wonderful night.